techblog.com, and I've got in my hand what I think I can safely say is the most anticipated U.S. mobile phone release of this young year in terms of phones that have actually come out. It's not the the mythical G2 or the Palm Pre or whatever, but in terms of phones that have actually been released, actually exist and you can go get in the U.S., I think this is probably it. It's the T-Mobile branded version of the BlackBerry 8900 Curve 2. Now, this phone, the 8900, has been out for a little while on some other carriers, but not in the U.S. This is the initial U.S. release. And it promises to be kind of like a cross between the first generation Curve and the Bold. The new OS, high-res screen, but smaller and thinner and lighter than the Bold. And of course, running on T-Mobile. Does it live up to the promise? Let's open it up and let's check it out. All right, so here you go. It's the T-Mobile branded BlackBerry Curve 8900. It's not really called the Curve 2. It's just called the Curve. You can see right there. It doesn't say 2. It just says BlackBerry Curve. But it's the second generation Curve, so we'll call it that. Quick look around the box because I know people like that. And you can see the new form factor, 3.2 megapixel camera with video capture, higher res screen. It's got the Wi-Fi. It's hotspot enabled, my faves, all that business. Now, this is not a 3G phone. It's GSM, quad band, edge, and Wi-Fi. So you're not going to get 3G data speeds like you will on the Bold on AT&T. But you do have the Wi-Fi. So we'll obviously test it out, see how it is. In the box, tips and tricks, getting started and having fun. Both very important, right? You got to get started before you can have fun, I guess. Here's your warranty information. Here's some important information about hearing aid compliance ratings. There's the phone. We'll get to that in a second. Inside the box, it's the BlackBerry wired stereo headset, standard 3.5 millimeter. It looks like it is the inline remote control and microphone. There are your little foamies for the earbuds. Here's your charger, travel charger. Now, I think if you bought this phone, you would, for one, you would have a SIM card somewhere. For two, you'd probably have the charger in a box. With the review models we get from the PR people, often they're already open. You can tell the seal was already open on this one. They're already open and activated and stuff, so the SIM card's probably in the phone, et cetera, et cetera. But you get the idea. Pocket case. Looks like a little leatherette action here. No belt clip on this one, I don't think. Just a little sleeve with a nice chunk of foam inside of it. And USB cable, micro USB to USB for your data transfer needs. And here's the BlackBerry itself, just a little mini film on the top here. I know you guys like that noise. On the back, here's another film. Not too much of a noise there, sorry. Here's the device itself, and it's lightweight. It's lightweight, and we'll fire it up here. Yeah, I think this has been programmed already because it popped right on. So there you go. And 10 messages already, which are not mine. I haven't set it up yet. So definitely this has been. Thanks, PR person, for activating this for me. I like right off the bat. I like the form factor. It's it's the curved style keyboard, not the bold style keyboard. It's not the more squarish buttons that all kind of go together. There are little spaces in between them. You can see that. We'll get in the light there. Little spaces in between the buttons, so kind of more like the old style keyboard. Got your trackpad in the middle. The screen so far looks great. Very very sharp. I don't know if it came preloaded with any photos we could take a look at. Where's the media? But the screen looks really sharp. Sorry, I'm jumping right into this because so far I'm liking the screen. Some goofy sample pictures, which are not probably going to help us determine the screen quality of anything. Sample pictures? I think it's the same stuff, right? Well, no. There's, all right, let's go to the quiver tree. Yeah, that's pretty sharp. That looks nice. Smaller than the Bold screen, smaller than the Storm, obviously, in terms of just the screen size. But very sharp, very high res. I believe this is the, obviously it's the new OS. In fact, well, we'll get more into this later and see what OS it is. I know there's a beta build kicking around the internet that's probably not installed yet, but I have it on good authority that the beta build is the way to go. But we'll get into that more with a full-on review. The back, kind of this gray-silver, kind of brushed gray-silver, it has a metal look, but it's actually plastic. There's your 3.2 megapixel camera, autofocus with flash. I feel like the lighting's bad here, sorry about that. There's the MyFaves logo on the bottom, kind of soft grip plastic on the bottom, and then you know, the slightly brushed up above. Your full QWERTY, your soft keys, your BlackBerry menu, your back key, your trackball, which obviously clicks, shortcut key on the side, Storm style up on top here. You've got your lock and your mute buttons up on top here, kind of like the Storm does. On the right, 3.5mm headphone jack, rocker switch, another shortcut key, micro USB. We'll take the back cover here off for you. Underneath the hood, there's your battery. The D-X1 micro SD card slot, looks like a 256 meg card installed there. There's your SIM card underneath. And there's BB Curve 8903. That probably means something to somebody. But yeah, off the top of my head, or first impression rather, I like it. I really like the Bold. I was considering getting a Bold for my personal phone, but decided I don't really need the BlackBerry messaging for my personal device, at least not right now. But the Bold, one thing about the Bold that I maybe was hesitant on was just how it's physically pretty big. And this looks like, just off the, again, first reaction, that BlackBerry did a great job of kind of having the super sharp high-res display with a smaller form factor. And the full QWERTY as well. We'll give the QWERTY a go here. You like my pumpkin? Go to the browser, and we will go NY Times. So this is over Edge right now. I'll have to configure it for my home wireless network. The keys seem good. It seems like there's good, spacing between the keys. Kind of chiclet action, but definitely responsive. Or, when you press, you definitely get the feedback. Browser looks pretty quick. This is obviously not a full HTML page. This is a mobile page, but renders pretty quick, scrolls pretty smoothly. Let's go to, can we get to the full desktop version here? No. Alright, well, let's go to, oh, Phone Dog. Somebody already went to Phone Dog on this. Sweet! Thanks, PR person. Let's go to Phone Dog. And again, this is over Edge, not Wi-Fi. So, but that's loading. It seems to be loading fairly quickly for Edge. And that's rendering pretty nicely, pretty quickly. Our site, definitely taxes the mobile device browsers sometimes. That's pretty good. That looks nice. So far, so good. We'll zoom in here on something. Got a little breakage of that top row there, but that's okay. We'll zoom in. Zooms pretty quickly. There's some of our latest reviews. Gadget Dog, this review, you should check out that review of the Verse alarm clock, because you might think it's funny, or you might think I'm a big idiot, but you should check it out anyway. But that's not what we're here for. Oh, that's funny that there's a blog post right here about RIM's CEO, co-CEO, talking about how software flaws in new mobile devices are the new reality, how devices are just going to ship with bugs. You may have heard about that if you follow the industry. Pretty funny to see that while reviewing the new BlackBerry, which so far is bug-free, but who knows? Who wrote this anyway? Because I did not write it. Oh, Aaron Baker. Yeah, well, welcome to Aaron Baker officially, by the way. Newest Phone Dog editor, newest writer, a veteran of the industry. You may know him from some other blogs and some other stuff he does, but very happy to have him aboard. Welcome, Aaron. Anyway, so far, I'll tell you, so far the 8900 looks nice. It's rendering pretty well. You know, a few little issues up on the top with the tabs, but that happens. We'll try one more site real quick. Nah, no, we won't. You know what? Because it's just an unboxing. We'll have more for you. Obviously, we're going to follow up with fall reviews and everything. But so far, so good. You know, it says it's hotspot compatible. Does that mean that it's UMA compatible? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it actually is UMA compatible. I'll find out. I'll put it in a little graphic here down at the bottom. The light's really bad where I am right now. Sorry about that. I probably look like Jack Nicholson from The Shining or something. But because the UMA calling on T-Mobile phones, I think is great. If you live somewhere where the reception's a little spotty, especially, it can really make a big difference when you connect over the Wi-Fi. Then obviously you can save money on your minutes, one of T-Mobile's big things. But anyway, there you go. First look, unboxing of the Curve 8900 for T-Mobile. The first launch of the U.S., the first launch of a branded 8900 in the U.S. rather. And we'll have much more on this. We'll do a first review, you know, after a day or two of playing with it, because I'm allowed to. Well, never mind. You don't need to know about the embargo details. But basically, I can get in a good day of playing with this device before getting up a first review. So we'll have that very soon, and then of course much more in the coming weeks on the 8900. It's phone season, kids. It's the first big release of 2009, and you know there's more where this came from. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Noah from PhoneDog.com. Much more on the 8900, all the BlackBerries, all the new phones over on PhoneDog.com. And once again, welcome Aaron to the team. Glad to have you. See you next time.